Hi, I'm Gloria Lybecker, coming to you from Healing You Sanctuary. Thank you for being here with me live on YouTube and Facebook. And wherever you're joining from, I'm really glad you're here. Before we dive in, let's take a breath together. Oh, notice what your body's telling you in this moment. Do you feel tight, numb, busy, heavy? Whatever is here is welcome. Today, I want to share why I created Sacred Circles and how that grew out of a very personal story in my own life. And then I'll give you a little peek at something new that I'm creating in the music realm that's coming out soon. So you'll hear me talk a lot about Sacred Circles because they are one of the most tender, powerful containers that I offer. And I created them as a place where we can come out of isolation and be witnessed in our real story. And remember that we're not too much or not enough. We are human beings who have been through things and still carry a deep, sacred aliveness. All healing is relational. And sacred circles are one way that I hold that relational space. But I didn't just wake up one day and decide, oh, I'll create circles. No, they were born out of a very real heartbreak in my own life. For many years, there was a deep rift in my family. And because of that, I was separated from my grandchildren for a long time. My granddaughter, Ciara, and my grandson, Izaac. I loved them deeply, even from a distance. And I carried them in my heart. I prayed for them and hoped somehow things would repair and we'd have time together again. And then life took a turn I never imagined. My granddaughter, Ciara, died of cancer. And a few years later, my grandson, Izaac, died by suicide. And when I share this, it's not to shock anyone. It's because this is the ground out of which everything I now offer has grown. What made it even more painful was that because of the family rift, I hadn't been able to be physically present with them the way that my heart longed to be. So when they died, I wasn't just grieving their loss. I was also grieving all those years of silence, all the unsaid words, all the ways I had learned over my lifetime to quiet my own voice, not to rock the boat, and to disappear my own needs for the sake of keeping peace. In the wake of their death, something in me broke wide open. There was a moment, a very clear one, when I realized I can't keep living this way. I can't keep silencing myself. And I don't want anyone else to feel as alone and voiceless as I have felt. And that realization didn't come as a big, fiery declaration. It came more like a trembling, tender knowing deep in my body. I started to see how many of us, especially sensitive, caring souls, have been living with layers upon layers of grief and trauma and unspoken stories inside us. We function, we show up for others, we do what's needed, and yet inside, there are parts of us that have never had a safe, spacious place to be seen and heard and gently held. In my own healing, the moments that changed me most, they were not the ones where someone fixed me or told me what to do. No, it's the moments where I was truly listened to, not rushed, not judged, but held in a field of compassion where my body and my heart made their own sense of what had happened. And those experiences of being in circles with others being witnessed in my real story, they became very sacred to me. And that's where sacred circles were born, from my promise to myself and to life that I would no longer abandon my own voice, and that I would offer spaces where others don't have to abandon theirs either. So, what does that actually look like in practice? Well, in sacred circles, we gather in a small, intimate group. We move slowly and we attune to each nervous system in the room. And there's room for tears and laughter, silence and story, for confusion and clarity. We might work with old patterns that keep repeating, or grief we've never had permission to feel, or places where we've lost trust in both ourselves or in others, or simply that ache of there must be more than this. We don't force anyone to share. You're always at choice. We follow the wisdom of your body, your heart, and your own inner rhythm, your timing. You're invited to come just as you are. You can be messy in the process or unsure. Just come to discover what happens when you're no longer carrying everything all alone. My next sacred circle, the cohort will begin on December 8th. There's only 6 women in each cohort. And I'm really excited about the souls who are already feeling drawn in. So if you're listening right now and your body is responding, maybe you had a little flutter or a warmth or even a lump in your throat, that might be a sign that this space is for you. You're invited to reach out and talk with me about it. Depending on what platform you're on, you can send me a direct message with the words Sacred Circles, or click the link that I've shared with this live to schedule a time for us to talk and see if it's a fit for you. I also want to share something that I'm very connected to. It's very connected to everything that I've just said, but out of the same journey, from the grief and the healing and the awakening of my own voice, I've come back to music. Years ago, I had a band, and now it's come back, music, into my life. And I've been writing and recording music again. So on November the 26th, I'm releasing a new single. I do have 3 others out there that I was too scared to tell anybody about, but they're out there. And the new single is called What Happened to You? And for me, the question is at the heart of trauma-informed, compassionate living. You know, instead of asking, what's wrong with you? We turn toward ourselves and with each other with a gentle question of what happened to you? What shaped you? What did you live through? What has your heart been carrying all these years? This song is one way I'm giving voice to that very question, in melody, in words, in a way you can carry with you. If you'd like to support the release and have the song ready for you, the moment it comes out, you are invited to pre-order it. And there will be a link in the copy down underneath this video. So it'll be in the description or in the comments, wherever it needs to land, so it's easy to click. And as we close today, I just want to say, if your story feels heavy, if there are parts of your past that you've never been able to speak out loud, if you long for a place where your nervous system can finally exhale, you are not alone and you are not broken. You are a human being that has been through things. Both sacred circles and this new music are both my ways of saying you matter. Your story matters and you deserve to be held. I want to thank you for being here with me today. And if this resonated, feel free to share this live or reach out about the December 8th Sacred Circles cohort. And don't forget, you can pre-order What Happened to You with the link I've shared. Let's take one more breath together before we go. I did it. Blessings on your heart and your day. I'll see you next time.